Next one topics is going to be ecosystem. What are the definitions of ecosystems? Nothing but interactive, biotic and abiotic components resulting producing different organisms that capable for independent existence. The term ecosystem, who are first coined, is commonly called as Taxley, by the year of 1935. The ecosystem can be classified as two types based on the place. What the type is commonly called as terrestrial ecosystem and aquatic ecosystem. What is the meaning of terrestrial ecosystem? Nothing but the organism it's found on land. Based on the presence of the land, terrestrial ecosystem can be classified as various types, or what are the examples of terrestrial ecosystems commonly called as forest, grassland and desert. These are all examples of terrestrial ecosystem. Then, what they call aquatic ecosystem? Nothing but some of the organism it must be found only in the water. It's make a separate shelter on this organism, so that we call aquatic ecosystem. What are the examples of aquatic ecosystem? Nothing but sea and fresh water. So those two ecosystem can be classified based on place. The next one, ecosystem can be classified based on developments. So based on the development, ecosystem can be classified as two types, namely natural ecosystem the second one anthropogenic or artificial or man-made ecosystem. So what do you mean called regarding what natural ecosystem? Natural ecosystem nothing but the ecosystem it's are developed naturally without interference of human activities. So on the earth, so many kinds of natural ecosystems that can be present. Example, ocean, then forest. Because those two, it can be developed naturally in anywhere itself. So that's to be considered is a natural ecosystem. The second is called anthropogenic or natural or man-made ecosystem. Or artificial system. So what are the definitions of anthropogenic or man-made or artificial system means? The ecosystem, it can be developed only by human activities. Why the kinds of things it must be developing? Such a kinds of ecosystem, it is very essential to regarding what? Human life. So what are the examples of anthropogenic is commonly called as agriculture, land, then gardens, then aquarium. Those are all, it can be developed regarding what artificially by influence of human activities. So it is considered regarding what anthropogenic or man-made or artificial system of classification. Artificial system of regarding what ecosystem. Can I get next one? Ecosystem classified based on size. So based on the size, the ecosystem can be classified as four types. First one, mega ecosystem. Second one, meso ecosystem. Third one, micro ecosystem. Fourth one, nano ecosystem. So these are four systems which can be classified based on the size. So what are the definitions of mega ecosystem? The ecosystem is commonly called as is a larger size. According to the environment, which is commonly called as larger size is commonly called as, example is ocean. Meso ecosystem nothing but the ecosystem is commonly called as medium size. So its environment which is occur regarding what medium size is commonly called as, example forest, grassland and desert. So those three is an examples of meso ecosystem. The third one, micro ecosystem. The ecosystem is commonly called as small size. The small size, the ecosystem that can be adapted to the environment is called micro ecosystem. What are the examples is commonly called as? Pond, lakes, then streams. Those are all examples in regarding micro ecosystem. The last one, nano ecosystem. Nano ecosystem is nothing but is the ecosystem that can be possessed very small. What are the examples commonly called as? Garden and aquarium. Those are all examples in nano ecosystem. Next. So ecosystem is an open system. That system, it contains so many kinds of regarding phytoplanktons and the green plants, etc. In the presence of phytoplankton and green capability organisms there mean the ecosystem can be proper organic foods. That organic food is transferred to some components. Due to transfer the organic matter in different kinds of components, the components can be classified as regarding what are two types. That means components of ecosystem. So, ecosystem is an open system. Its input so many kinds of solar energy, utilizing green component, it prepare so many kinds of organic matter. That organic matter it can be transferred to so many kinds of other components. Due to transfer of organic matter in so many kinds of components, that is commonly called as components of ecosystem. What is nothing but regarding what are components of ecosystem? The components of ecosystem nothing but one is biotic components, second one is abiotic components. These two is the components of ecosystem. For among the two, can we classify the first one namely called as biotic component. So what is the definition or what is the meaning of biotic component commonly called as? All living organism on the earth is nothing but living plants, animals, bacteria and fungi. Those are all is a biotic component. So living plants, animals and bacteria which are found on the earth, that is a commonly called as biotic components. In the biotic component, due to mutual relationship of regarding what? Nutrition capabilities. So how the plants and animal, bacteria and fungi, how it can be shared the nutrients? Based on the nutrients, the biotic component, it can be classified as two components. One is called autotrophic component. Second one, heterotrophic component. So what is the meaning of regarding what autotrophic component? So auto means self. So here these kinds of organisms, presence of regarding what chlorophyll molecule The chlorophyll molecule traps solar energy or sun energy. That energy is become converted regarding what a chemical energy. So there is no dependent for any other organism. That's why is a consensus regarding what autotrophic mode of nutrition. The seventh thing, what I call heterotrophic organism or heterotrophic regarding what the component. So which is our terms of regarding what a heterotrophic component is nothing but some of the organism due to lack of chlorophyll molecules. So cannot prepare food itself. So if you want food means it's depend to some other organism. But these organisms derive the food from regarding what? Consumers. So that heterotrophic component is also called regarding what? Consumer organism. So based on the consumer, they can be classified regarding what are three types. Primary consumer, secondary consumer, and tertiary consumer. But the predominantly can discuss about consumer can be classified as two types. Macro consumer and micro consumer. So heterotrophic component or heterotrophic organism is a commonly called as what a consumer. Because the heterotrophic organism derive the food from regarding what the producers. From producer it can be consumed, so called regarding what the heterotrophic component also called regarding consumers. Consumer can be classified two types, macro consumer and micro consumers. Consumer can be classified as two types, namely macro consumer and the micro consumer. Macro consumer include primary consumer, secondary consumer and tertiary consumer. Primary consumer is nothing but herbivores, carnivores. These are top carnivores. Micro consumer is nothing but decomposers. Which is nothing but regarding what decomposer is namely called as bacteria and fungi. What are the main functions of bacteria and fungi? Those influence of bacteria and fungi, the largest organic component which are broken down to converted into simple organic and inorganic components. So largest molecule is a breakdown into simple molecule by the influence of bacteria and fungi is a commonly called as decomposers. Resulting what is forming commonly called as humus is forming. Humus is nothing but rich nutrients. that a nutrient is reused for plant population. So next we are going to discuss about regarding standing crop. And standing state. So what is the meaning of standing crop is nothing but large amount of living material present in the population. A large amount of living material present in the population per unit area at a given times. What do you mean like this? Per unit area per given times. That is commonly called as standing crops. What is the called standing state is large amount of living material present in any ecosystem per unit area per given time. This is called what? That standing state. So what are the difference between standing crops and standing state is commonly called as those are responsible producing living material for large. Here is responsible for productions of population. Here is responsible regarding what the productions of regarding what any one of the ecosystem. Okay. For the ecosystem, biotic community is essential. Why biotic community is essential for regarding the ecosystem? So biotic community is nothing but construct food chain, food web, then ecological pyramid. So there is no biotic community means the ecosystem cannot construct food chain, food web and ecological pyramid. Functions of ecosystem. So before entering functions of ecosystem, we got to know about regarding what is stratification. What is the definition of stratification mean commonly called as vertical flow of energy at successive level. That means so this is commonly called as producer, consumer, secondary consumer, top carnivores. So what I call stratification, vertical distribution of plant species at each successive level, that is commonly called as stratification. For the function of ecosystem, which is the main function commonly called, the first one is commonly called as productivity. So what is the meaning of productivity is nothing but productions of energy. Productions of energy per unit area for given time at any tropical level. That is commonly called as productivity. Productivity, how it can be measured? The productivity is measured in the form of kilograms, meter square per year, or productivity can be measured about another one term is commonly called as kilocalories meter square per year. These are commonly called as productivity. So productions of energy per unit area per a given time at any tropical level is commonly called as productivity. Productivity can be measured in the term of kilograms meter square per year or kilocalories meter square per year. So based on the productivity can be classified as regarding about three types, namely one is called primary productivity, secondary productivity, third one community productivity. So productivity can be classified as three types: primary productivity, secondary productivity, and a community productivity. Can I go to discuss about the first one, primary productivity? What are the definitions of primary productivity? Is nothing but the productions of organic compound. It's generated by regarding what autotrophs. Productions of organic matter generated by autotrophs through photosynthesis and chemosynthesis. So by the influence of two processes of photosynthesis and chemosynthesis involvement, organic matter can be regarded what produced, where is nothing but per unit area per given time. So that is a commonly called as primary productivity. What is the meaning? The productions of organic matter generated by autotrophs through the process of photosynthesis and chemosynthesis per unit area at a given time, that is commonly called as primary productivity. So based on the primary productivity, it can be classified as two types, namely gross primary productivity. Second one, net primary productivity. So what is commonly called as gross primary productivity? Productions of organic matter in the producer. Productions of organic matter in producers through photosynthesis. So what is the meaning of grass primary productivity? Productions of organic matter in the producer through the photosynthesis is commonly called as grass primary productivity. During grass primary productivity, some of the energy is lost during respiration and metabolic activities. So, during grass primary productivity, some of the energy is lost during respiration and the metabolic activities. Can I go to the next one? Is commonly called as net primary productivity. So, what is the meaning of called net primary productivity? Productions of energy remains after respiration loss. So what is the net? That means remaining that, or what are the productivity can be placed to be rhythm, remaining how much they can be stored or how much they can be present. That is a commonly called as net primary productivity. The definition: productions of energy remains after the respiration loss. That is a commonly called as net primary productivity. How it can be called the measure like this? Net primary productivity is equal to gross primary productivity minus respiration. This is a very good component of keep or for recording it. So gross primary productivity, how to calculate GPP. Net productivity commonly called as what? NPP. Or denoted is commonly called as what? Respiration. So gross primary productivity and net primary productivity, these are the types of commonly called as primary productivity.